we have past District Governor Malcolm Jimerton to give us an update from the Rotary Club of Box Hill Central, who's going to give us an update on membership in our district. Please put your hands together for Malcolm.
Thank you, Jen. It's my pleasure to introduce Colin Madden, Rotary Club of Sale, and Diane Henning, Rotary Club of Yarram, who will give us good news stories on how they got their membership on. Thanks very much, Jonathan. I'll just quickly read through the a little bit of the speech here and try and summarise it as best I can. I'd also like to acknowledge our past president, Lisa Burgess, who could not be with us here tonight, because she's behind a lot of the changes that have gone on over the last 2 years, and as my secretary has helped out with knowing. Our club was founded in 1928, so we're coming up towards our 100th year. It consists of the original Rotary Club of Sale and the Rotary Club of Sale Central, which, due to number declines, two clubs amalgamated in 2008, which required some cultural adaptations, as our club had more members, as one club had more members with traditions, whilst the other had more projects. Declining numbers due to COVID for the hitting around the mid-20s, and ageing in inactive members and a few vital projects. Realising the extinction was heading our way, a very small dedicated board created a small working group or subcommittee membership committee. The board commenced a focus on honest analysis of aspects of the club, including what we were doing well and what our chances were survival if we didn't change. We surveyed members and were honest about change being needed if the club were to survive. With a number of very elderly members, we had to be respectful of the fact that the club is a social outlet for many of them, and change needed to be challenging. Pleasingly, we had little pushback and good support from this group. We recognised recruiting of new members and retaining them was the number one priority. Traditional methods and practices were not bringing new members, diverse members, or members of other ages. The club at that point had very few female members of diverse cultures, or members under the age of 50. Meetings were staid and repetitive. Speaker program was unstimulating and gender-based bias. Our speaker program did not help us build connections with key organisations in Sale and reflected limited interest. The same format happened most weeks, and it was not fun. Projects were discussed offline at board meetings, and there was very little buy-in by members. We needed a new approach. We needed to throw out the rule books. No 60% attendance rule. If we want younger members, then we need to realise that they won't commit to a weekly dinner. We needed to change our club to meet the needs of the members and change Rotary to fit them. Our view is that members can participate in a variety of ways, and they are still members of Rotary. Also, the way people connect or want to participate changes from time to time. We still need to maintain the ideals of Rotary and promote the Rotary experience, but accept that it isn't best done by sitting around the table every Tuesday night. Our public image and visibility was poor. We had a dysfunctional website, a bland newsletter, confusion about our email address, and no dedicated phone number. Poor Facebook and our branding was poor. We needed to start using technology better, smarter. We needed to involve individual approaches to find and stay connected with possible members. Inviting them to a dinner to meet everyone can be intimidating. If you're a new young member and you walk into a room with the majority of members that are over 60, you go, I'm not coming back. We formulated the membership committee. Lots of coffee was consumed by the regular catch-ups. We decided we would drop one meeting a month. We meet weekly, so we dropped one meeting a month. And we started a breakfast club or breakfast group. We handpicked the Rotarians that would attend these to ensure the image that we were conveying was on brand. We invited targeted possible members to pop in for coffee and breakfast before work. Breakfast considered of, g'day, come in, grab a cup of coffee, make yourself a cup of piece of toast and come and sit down and we'll have a chat. We had no venue in Sale where we could actually run a breakfast meeting. We're fortunate to have access to some community rooms where we could run. We updated our speaker program. Our speaker program was refreshed, and we have targeted large organisations in town, the CEO of hospital, shire, prison, Indigenous organisations, schools, etc. Building a relationship with these groups and letting them know that Rotary is open for business. We created new opportunities for us. We addressed our gender imbalance in speakers. One key element of this was to introduce a yearly International Women's Day dinner, which is on the 3rd of March this year. We made it fun. We're trying to do greater variety of social activities, films, trivia nights, croquet nights, restaurants, include partners and friends. These meetings themselves are less formal. Beyond the taste of our meetings are now less formal. Beyond the taste of RI and the four-way test, there is little Rotary formality with a focus on connecting to fellowship, frequent sharing of views, projects and public events occur. We attacked our public image, a new website that we control, using Facebook regularly, about once a week, and using it with greater knowledge on how the algorithms work. Ensuring photos and content are engaging and interesting. Writing regular contact through a local newspaper. We have a local newspaper called the Gippsland Times. They are very supportive of Rotary, and we would have an article in the Gippsland Times at least, it's a weekly paper, at least 2 or 3 times a month. This week we had two articles were in the local paper, and the Catholic College mentioned Rotary in their article. So we're actually out there getting noticed. Ensuring that every article points back to how to contact us. We use WhatsApp for communication with new Breakfast Club members. It's also a great quick tool for board decisions between meetings. We're also using bulk SMS messaging for our big fundraisers and Humanitix for ticketing events such as our International Women's Day. Importantly, we are actively using the data provided by these tools to build our information bases and our reach. We've also attended local expos, such as the Wellington Volunteers Expo, and ensure we are all in the clubs and display look professional, such as this one that says no to domestic and family violence. Our young members have taken on the bulletin and made it a fortnightly fit around work commitments. It is now engaging and motivating. We'll take up too much time if I go through all this, but we now have interesting projects, our sales swap meet, our domestic day no to domestic violence. We've got new signage around the town with the Say No message. And in summary, very quickly, I've used the B word. Be out there, be seen, be open-minded, be fun, be inclusive, be diverse, be mindful of not breaking Rotary. It's a fantastic organisation, but one size does not fit all.
Well, I don't know what I can say anymore. My name's Diane Henning and I'm the current president of the Rotary Club. Our Rotary Club will be 80 years next year, so we're pretty proud of that. We have 22 active members in our club, mid-40s to 90. So we have a membership which has been steady for a few years now. One of the things that really started our club looking outside of ball was COVID. How many clubs stopped doing things when COVID came in? Well, our president at the time thought, no, we're not going to do that. He devised a way of running a raffle via the email. He built a robot, which was situated in the local bakery, with a television screen, and talked to the people that came through the door, and we sold their raffle tickets that way. We took their name and their number, they had took a ticket, we took a photograph of that ticket, and we conducted our raffles that way. It was one of the ways we raised funds. So, as from then, we started getting a bit more technical. Most of the members weren't very computer minded, they soon learned, and we had our meetings by Zoom. So every week we had a Zoom meeting, and we had a Zoom board meeting, and perhaps meet socially at a distance. But it turned out really well. We really got a bit more active in that way. This last couple of years, our overreaching theme has been a focus more on local support and activities for the community. Yarram is in the lowest socio-economical area in Australia, and for us it means 80% of the Victorians are generally better off than we are in our community. And since last December, with the closing of one of the mills, it has made a real difference in the community. They're very depressed community at the moment. So the focus has shifted to supporting the local community more, and this doesn't mean we have taken our eyes off our Rotary programs, which we fully support as well. We have started focusing on the fact that we are a lot different, and we have a lot of different ethnicities in the community. So we started by holding a multicultural food festival at the region. More than 125 people came to the wonderful night of international food from the Philippines, China, South America, Turkey, Italy, Vietnam, and local Aboriginal food, the kangaroo sliders. The highlight was the music. We opened the mic up at the theatre and some of the younger members sang. We then moved on to Hello Hello Yarram and Food Festival. Hello Hello Yarram was part of the Food Festival. Was part of our multicultural Yarram project done in partnership with the Latrobe Community Health. The best outcome and our proudest success from this project was the establishment of the Gippsland Filipina Dance Troupe. We equipped them with the new outfits and gave them the opportunity to perform. They have gone on to perform at the Tara Festival and have become a key cultural group throughout Gippsland and have featured at the Christmas parade and sale. Our aim was to welcome new people into the town, get to know their neighbours and hopefully help them integrate easier. Yarram Says No to Yarram Violence campaign was launched in September 2024 with the program running for 12 months. We took $5,000 that was raised from the art show and secured a dollar-for-dollar matching grant from the Wellington Shire Council to undertake this ambitious project aimed at raising the public profile of family violence issues in our region. Sadly, family violence is the single biggest crime in our region, and we are well above the state average for the incidence of this hideous social problem. Then the project kicked off with a dinner dance of the region, Rotary Rocks the Region. It was well attended and the crowd all got together to scream out Yarram Says No to Yarram Violence and to give truth to the campaign. We ran a year-long advertising blitz in the Breach newspaper, customised for each of the localities Yarram. Yarram Says No, Woodside Says No, Kurrajong, etc. Drink coasters provided to all the hotels, cafes, surf club and restaurants around the region, and created media posts and videos to drive the message home. Also signs around the two major footy grounds. We've continued to put Rotary out there and encourage people to come along. Our meetings, sometimes we have some very interesting meetings, speakers who come and they're talking about issues that are locally interesting and have local people that come along to listen to that. The culmination of our project was a partnership with the Latrobe Community Health, Yarram Neighbourhood House, Yarram District Health Service to run a very special event with Rosie Batties as our guest speaker at the region. This was an amazing evening as Rosie is a passionate campaigner against family violence, and it was run with a film and ended with question and answer section. This has been a very successful project and has continued on with the neighbourhood house and the area health working systems, taking opportunities and responsibility for community action days. Other activities, Australia Day this year, we added a champagne and chicken breakfast with the usual egg and bacon sandwich. With Citizens of the Year awards presented in the morning, and we ended the day with a movie evening of the region, featuring of the icons, the dish, and at the Castle film. Our community fundraising is underpinned by our amazing barbecue team. We do loads of barbecues throughout the year. We do them for special events, Park Week, Christmas Market, Tara Festival, Show Day, and daycare and kindergarten end of year events, and sometimes just for fun. Income from this has helped fund the music program at the local primary school by donating 25 ukuleles, neighbourhood house food bank, supporting awards at the secondary college and the Eisteddfods, as well as Rotary projects. So, our Easter Art Show is our major fundraiser for the club. The funds from this go towards local and Rotary projects during the year. And we also, this year will be not only our Saturday barbecue and art show, but we'll be also running catering for the Bunny Run on the Sunday. We hold a special golf day at the Centenary House every year. Funds go to this very important project. This is a project which is close to our hearts, and we are very proud to be able to put it together every year. Yes, sir, sorry. Talk too much.
No, it's okay. You see, they've both been very, very active in their communities, and because the belief they had to do something in their community and change, they did that. But the two programs you had of both, let's say, no to family violence, how many new members would you get in that?
I think we had a couple of new members from that one.
I don't think we've had any new members directly from that, but in the last 18 months, we've had 10 new members and two transfers in.
Wow. Then you've got to get back into your community, see what the community wants, and get back to it. Won't happen overnight. It could take you 6 months, 12 months, but you've got to get out there in the community and start asking questions and having a cup of coffee with different people, find out what's going on. So thank you for your attention, and thank Diane.